it's Jasmine here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be hitting two different prompts for the Witches Black Lent challenge. The first one being creating that incense blend, and the second one, the ritual. I'm going to just be explaining these things to you because I'm probably not going to have enough time to record any of it, and the ritual is mainly held in the astral, so there's not much to see per se. So without further ado, let's get started with the incense blend. When I was thinking of lust, the first thing that automatically was in my mind was roses. So I knew I was going to be using roses a lot. Also, maybe not so much of coincidence, I do tend to keep the rose petals from the bouquets that my partner gifts me and use those in spell work for many different reasons. And I thought it would be great to incorporate that in this incense. So this is one of them, and they're all 4 different colors. So pretty. And this one's almost done. And then I'm also going to be using lavender buds, hibiscus flower, but this is already powdered, so we don't really have to do a whole lot with this. That's pretty much what my incense blend is going to be, and I'm looking forward to creating that. And then the vessel that I'm going to be using to store this powder and to represent lust is this beautiful black glass container. This was actually a gift from one of my witchy friends for my birthday like 2 years ago, and I've kept it empty. I've not used it a single time because I was like, I will know when it is time, and it is time. So yeah, this is where, and I just love it because it's heart-shaped too. It's so perfect, and then there's a flower there, so it's literally meant to be. So now moving on to the ritual portion. I will be using this incense to set the stage for the ritual, which is different than how I used the incense in last year's Witches Black Lent. Last year, I used it in the middle of ritual as a feeding to bring the entity to life. But now, because my entity is already living, she's living, I'm not going to be using it to feed her. I'm going to be using it to invoke or set the stage for a ritual that has to do with her. And or times when I feel that maybe I need to use or embody her energies and I'm not feeling as connected, which hasn't happened yet, but you know, just in case, you never know. I mean, it could also be used as a feeding or as some type of a sign of devotion to burn it on a regular basis too. Like, I'm not making up the rules here. I'm just saying like the different ways that these things can be utilized, right? So yeah, in the ritual, setting the stage, I'm going to have candles, of course. I'm going to be using red candles because that is one of the colors that I associate with lust. I am also going to be charging a specific candle, which is of course in the heart shape as well. But that's the candle that I'm going to be charging, specifically dedicating it to lust. And then when it comes to being in the middle of the ritual, I will be working in the astral more than anything. That's generally where I'm at when I do ritual. I'm going to be continuing to construct a specific area that I have for lust within my astral sanctum, and it's sort of like a lab room, and I have this like huge incubator. It's like she's in incubation, right? So she stays incubated until I call upon her, and while she's in incubation, she is continuously working on her ability to transmute feelings or situations, perspectives on situations that are not lustful into lustful ones or lustful feeling ones, right? So I'm going to be working on her room. I'm going to be working on her as well. I'm also going to do a sweep of her body inch by inch and add a little bit more of this hyper-connected sensitivity, so that this lustful feeling and these lustful abilities can really like solidify and stay and be as useful as they have been thus far. It is now the night of the ritual. I have the candle fully dressed that I'm going to be charging during the ritual, and I have some of the roses sprinkled in there along with some pretty glitter. In here is where this is like the shaking vessel that I used to mix all of the incense, and it smells divine. I ended up, from the previous video, I ended up adding a lot more of the hibiscus powder, or the powdered hibiscus flower, I should say, and lavender. So I will be now transferring all of this into Lust's official vessel, which is this beautiful black glass container.